In this class we're going to talk about go-to-market strategies. Now this stage of the Salesforce design is concerned with sales and marketing channels. So we're going to focus in here on the sales and marketing channels. So let's start. Sales and marketing channels, and the first one we would encounter is the value-added partners. So when an organization makes sales, it may sell to a department store on the high street. Now the company who produced the product has made some sales, but the sales to the department store will be sold on to the public. So the manufacturer and the sales outlet are partners in the whole sales activity. The department store needs to sell the products, otherwise it won't buy any more off the manufacturer. So they are in a sense collaborating. They're trying to help each other to make the sales. They're value-added partners, and this happens right throughout industry. Raw materials are sold to manufacturing, so the value-added partners there would be the suppliers of the raw materials and the manufacturing. But the manufacturing, when the product is made, may sell it on to some sort of distributor, and the distributor is a value-added partner there. So we can imagine the supply chain being made up of value-added partners. There's also a direct sales force. That's possible where the sales force are directly involved in the selling activity. So in this case the sales force is the point of contact. If a customer wants the product, they make contact with the sales force, and that is the marketing channel. It could be telesales channels. It could be people in organizations who phone potential customers. It's not seen as a very appropriate way of making contacts with customers, because cold calling can be seen as intrusive, and it may build up resentment towards the product and the organization. But telesales channels may be useful in certain circumstances, but care has to be taken so as not to be intrusive. It could be e-channels, advertising online or promotions online. Again, there's a danger here that the promotion may be seen as spam and may be rejected by the recipient as spam. And again, it may engender bad feelings towards the product and towards the organization. So care must be taken if this channel is to be used. But agents, distributors and retailers, those are more traditional forms of channels, where the distributors and the retailers get together to try and sell the product. They have agents who are involved in the activity. That's a more traditional form of selling. And finally, of course, we have advertising and promotions. So the channel of communication may be advertising and promotion, which will talk about the benefits of the product, the desirability of the product, and also maybe where it's available, and also how much it will cost, what the price will be. So we can imagine various channels in the go-to-market strategy, ranging from the value-added partners on the left here to advertising and promotion on the right. And that comes from a text by Saltner and Sinha in 2004. Now, this stage is linked to stage 1, sales strategies, and we should look at this particular video in the context of sales strategies and the various videos we are offering on that topic, because they are linked. After a strategy is in place, the organization must identify appropriate selling channels. So the organization must develop a sales strategy. It must be sure about the pricing policy and the approach it's going to take to sell the product, to market the product, to deliver the product to the final customer. But in order to do this, it must work out what channels it's going to use. Will it contact the customer directly with the direct sales force, or will it use outlets on the high street, or will it use selling online? What channel will it use? Go-to-market strategies involve the use of multiple selling channels to aid an effective selling strategy. So go-to-market may in fact have different strategies. It may be that the product is offered online for sale, but also simultaneously sold in the high street. So the fact that one channel has been selected doesn't preclude the possibility of other channels also being selected. The sales team can employ different selling channels within the selling process to achieve effective and efficient sales. So it's not limited to one channel, that's the point. The organization may select a particular channel for particular attention and put a lot of effort into that particular channel, perhaps say, for example, selling on the high street, and that may be its channel, but it may also, as I said, use selling online or direct sales force selling, could even use door-to-door selling, although it's not much used nowadays. The sales process, customer attraction and retention activities. Well, first of all, lead generation. It depends on the price of the product and the importance of the product. If it's an expensive item, then there may be lead generation. In other words, they look to see who are likely to purchase the product. They may make some effort to contact the potential customer just to find out if they're interested, and this will constitute lead information. It'll constitute that this person is interested, and then the whole selling activity will be handed over to others who perhaps have more expertise in dealing with it. So having got the lead generation, the qualification, is this person suitable as a customer? Can they afford it? Are they serious about the purchase intent? Who will deal with it? And what's the likely response going to be? So it's looking at whether it's a serious lead, or if it's one that is just being put forward but may not be that important or may not be that useful after investigation. But if all is well at that stage, then it's proposing and selling. Proposing the product, introducing the product, letting the customer see the product, understand the product, understand the after-sales service, understand the pricing, understand the support that will be given with the product, proposing and selling. And then, if the customer is happy at that stage, closing the deal, signing it off, taking the payment, handing over the product. And that's what we mean by closing it. And then there's the fulfillment and support, ensuring that the support is available should anything go wrong. Should after-sales service be required, then the person is registered and will be able to access that sort of support. So telemarketing reach a wide customer segment. So telemarketing might be used to see if someone is interested in a particular product. The problem with telemarketing is that over the years it has generated a bad reputation. As I said earlier and in other videos, it's seen somehow as intrusive. It interferes with family life. It's an unwarranted call, and people don't want to take those phone calls. So it's seen as a nuisance call, and there are steps in many countries to try and block these. So telemarketing, instead of reaching a wider customer segment, may alienate customers. So care has to be taken. Proposing and selling and closing, well, these are normally done face to face. It's personal selling, increased effectiveness, and usually it's activities conducted by specialist sales teams who know how to propose and sell and also close the deal. So these are individuals who are brought in because they have an expertise in doing this. But this is normally done face to face. But again, it depends on the price of the product and the type of product we're talking about. But generally speaking, for quite expensive products, for example a car, then the final part of the deal will be done face to face. As to whether the customer was aware of the car or of its pricing or of its attributes, that may have been communicated via telemarketing or communicated via e-communications, electronic communications. But these two phases are face to face, proposing and selling and closing, generally speaking, and they're generally speaking conducted by experienced personnel. Customer service reps, these are least expensive to train and employ. But here customer service reps will deal with the registration of the product and issuing the support, and also dealing with the customer in the event of anything going wrong with the product or with the purchase. So that is not a very specialized activity. It's essentially capturing the information and passing it to an appropriate person who can deal with it in a more specialized manner. So those come from Saltner and Sinha, as I said, 2004, and they give us an insight into the type of go-to-market strategies that may be employed. And that concludes what we're going to deal with in this short video. That's the reference I mentioned a few times throughout the video. So let's leave it at that and say thank you for watching.